We're live? Yes, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is PWF is War. Yeah, we're here, hardcore fans. We're here for one thing only. We're here for wrestling. That's what we're here for. Even though we should have done a show yesterday, but just gotta apologise for that. We're here, but we're here tonight. It won't happen every week. We'll do it. We'll go back on Saturday. So, but tonight we're gonna change some things. We're going to start a new thing now in this week in wrestling, which is not just going to be Smackdown review anymore. We're going to change it up. We're going to do bits of Smackdown, the best parts of Smackdown, and we're going to do now NXT review. So, but we also might be thinking to do a Ring of Honor review. But we will see about that if we have enough time on the show. But anyway, so first off, if you want to join our group, which is Broadcast Wrestling Fallout, which you can join, we discuss about wrestling, overall, Ring of Honor, Indies, WWE, whatever. Just join it. We post our episodes on there. Do that. Make sure you join the active group because it's active as hell every day. We get people joining. So you don't want to miss out. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at PWF as well, which is it's getting very active as well. Which Paul and Hero is tweeting and retweeting, and we're getting new followers. We've got 200 followers now. And it's getting crazy. It was like we started off with 40 followers. Now it's like 200 and something. But it's getting good, and so you can follow us on there as well. So. And of course, you can like us on Facebook at Broadcast Wrestling. Join like that page. We're gonna try. Our episodes are on there as well. And I forgot to say, I need to give a shout out to a YouTube channel which we're now gonna be doing business with, In the Rope Show. So subscribe to them, In the Rope Show.
In the Rope Show?
In the Rope Show, yeah. They added me on Facebook yesterday. It's nice. Randomly, but yeah. But they're cool dudes. They do good stuff. They do Raw reviews and they're doing rants as well. So subscribe to that show. And of course, subscribe to us as well, which is Broadcast, Wrestling Fallout, and spread the word, share it everywhere. You know what to do. So now we want to introduce my team, my PWF team. I'm the host, of course. If you didn't know already, I'm Captain Marston, aka Adam, in the building from the Bullet Club. Yes, I am in the Bullet Club now. Deal with it. Not Aces and Eights, even though Mike Knox and Arnold Anderson added me on Facebook. Okay. Another day we can discuss about that. But anyway, we got from the Bullet Club himself. He's the IPW Tag Team Champion. One half is Mr. Doc Gallows in the building.
What up, guys?
And anybody wants to follow you on Twitter?
Oh yeah, it's at BrickWall860. Follow me.
Yeah, Easy's backup Twitter account, obviously. But we move along to he is the original PWF member. He is from the Bullet Club as well. He is the Arabian Wolf, Paul Jason.
What's going on, everyone? The Bullet Club podcast is returned. PWF is War is here. Got a good show to go into. Good NXT show. Smackdown was fairly good as well. So if you guys want, you can add me on Facebook at Paul Jaser or follow me on Twitter at _Arabian Wolf. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter. PWF is War, like Adam said. A lot of good things to come. A lot of interviews. Don't forget the 12th. Thrasher, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. He'll be on the show. Also, 4 days later, following the Thrasher interview, we'll have Kimberly on the show on the 16th, also at 7 p.m. So much more coming in the day, so stay tuned, guys. Kick it back to Adam.
Yeah, I was going to mention that as well. We do have our second interview with Thrasher, obviously, former WF, from the Headbangers. They were tag team champions who's in NWA as well, which is Saturday, July 12th. Is it 7 p.m. Eastern time? 7 p.m. Eastern time. So, which is at 12 o'clock UK time. Be there. I can't wait for it. It's going to be exciting. If it's going to be great, if it's even going to be better than David Finlay's interview, wow, just awesome. So yeah, looking forward to it. So be there, fans. You don't want to miss it, especially when it's live. So anyway, let's get this show on the road. We're going to be just talking about some best parts of SmackDown. So we can start off with the opener of SmackDown, which was Seth Rollins coming out. His golden Money in the Bank briefcase, which is pretty cool. And then he talked on the mic, then Dean Ambrose interrupts him, and then he says that he will be there every time Rollins goes to cash in the Money in the Bank. And then Rollins and end up being Rollins and Orton attacking Ambrose in the ring, and then Reigns actually comes and saves Dean Ambrose after I don't know how long it's been, for a few weeks. Suddenly he helps Dean Ambrose, but ends up Triple H coming out after, saying that there'll be in the main event Orton versus Dean Ambrose, which Reigns can't interfere. If he interferes, he'd be stripped for the Fatal 4-Way match. He won't compete for the WWE Heavyweight Championship, so he can't really interfere. He can't jeopardize that. So far it was decent. It was a great opener. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. Dean Ambrose was looking crazy and great as always, and But yep, that's the opener. Really, I enjoyed it. And then the first match of the night was Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio for the United States Championship match. And even though I wasn't really all in for this match, because how many times they face each other, and kind of got bored of it. But overall it was pretty actually good match. Start off SmackDown. They do have actual chemistry, but I don't know. I don't. But But Sheamus won, of course, won with the bro kick, kind of a weak bro kick, bodge, because Del Rio, he did the moonsault from the top, landed on his feet, and then he did the bros kick in the corner. Same old. But hey, Del Rio did well. He was aggressive in the ring. He did pretty well. He did the super kick to the face. I thought he had him at that time. Sheamus is still United States champion. But so far he's kind of a dull title reign for me. I don't really care about Sheamus unless he's turning heel. At the moment he's boring me. So it's time to end his reign, really, if they're not going to do much with him. But anyway, it was a good match. We move to Billy. Your thoughts on the opener and the match itself?
The opener. It was a good opener. You had Seth Rollins talking about that he could have cashed in on Monday, but he didn't. He couldn't because of crazy Dean Ambrose. And then you got Roman helping out Dean Ambrose. And they made a match for main event between Roman and Orton. And then the first match was an alright match. I mean, not really special, but
yeah.
Del Rio really could have picked somebody else, but it happened. Whatever. Alright.
Yeah, I mean, Del Rio is going anyway. His contract is expiring. Must be end of this month. I thought it'd be last month, but he's going anyway. I don't see what's the point in him winning the title. I didn't see what was the point in him in the Money in the Bank for the titles, but hey, I mean, but yeah, we knew Sheamus was going to win. That's how it is. So we move to Paul. Your thoughts on the opener and its match? Go ahead.
Yeah, overall, the opening of the show, I enjoyed the segment. I thought it was good. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins both firing at each other with their promos. They've been very, very consistent with this feud. They're following it well. They're shedding light on it. And, it's something different. It's not like the, turn your back on your brother thing back in the day where you had Marty Jannetty get fucking thrown into the glass paneling at the barber shop by Shawn Michaels. There was build-up to that, and people saw animosity between the two, and it was expected. No one's seen this coming from Seth Rollins, so, a lot of people are still on the fence about it. There's still, there's a lot of Seth haters out there that are, they're not coping with it the way, fans like us would. They don't really understand it, but that's all right. So the opening segment was good. Dean Ambrose said I could just come down there and kick your teeth in now, and so, yeah, it was good. Going into the opening match, I honestly thought, despite how many times these guys have worked together and how many times we've seen their matches and their sequences, it can get very repetitive. But Friday night, I thought it was different. They threw in some different elements. They kept it fresh. And, going into the last 5 minutes of the match, it was really that, I honestly thought Sheamus was going to lose. They really had let us on to believe that there was a chance. And most people thought it was over with the super kick. But, yeah, overall, they brought some new elements to the game. They brought some new elements to the field. I enjoyed it. It was different. And I hope they work like that in the future more often instead of getting, repetitive. And Alberto Del Rio's a guy who's boring as hell, but, the guy can go in the ring, and he proved it again last night. So, yeah, overall, good opening segment, good start to the show in the first match. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, one stage when he did that super kick, I thought, he's going to actually win this match. He didn't, kicked out James. I thought it was his finisher, Del Rio. Kicked out, so that's how it was. But I don't know. Yeah, as you said, I think Del Rio. I think he's just going to go. I don't see any plans for him with WWE, with creative team. I don't see what's the point. I think for him, I think he should go. I don't know what he's going to do next. Maybe go to Mexico. To be honest with you, I don't see him going to TNA. But so maybe he'll go. Maybe when Global Force Wrestling starts, he might join them. Good asset. So, he can go in a ring. He's a good wrestler. Just his gimmick is boring, and he can't talk.
I think he'll be in WWE. I don't see him going anywhere else. I don't think he's going anywhere, to be quite honest. I think he's going to work maybe another 2 years and just retire.
Yeah, I think he might. He did say he would want to retire at a young age, so before 40. So he's 35 now or something. So. Anyway, any last thoughts about the match, guys? No? All good? Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit refreshing from the more normal, to say the least. So.
Yeah. At least it was for the United States Championship. That was the first time ever. So something different. But we can move on to the second match, but I think I'm going to pass. It's Bo Dallas versus Fernando, from the last Matadores. I'm going to skip it, unless you guys want to have any say about it. I'm going to skip it, to be honest with you.
We would talk about the match more if Adam believed, but unfortunately he doesn't. So for all the believers out there, I apologize for Adam's ignorance on the topic.
Deal with it. I don't believe, and I don't think you should believe.
I think he's eventually.
Unless you're on crack.
I think he's eventually going to catch on with the fans, and he's going to draw some heat some way or another. But overall, yeah, nothing special yet, but far more progressed than Adam Rose has been.
I'm never going to be a believer. Fuck that.
Billy's in the closet. He's still not a believer.
He's going to come out eventually.
Yeah, he'll eventually come out, and everyone believes eventually.
I'm not going to believe. The kid is fucking retarded. Look at his face. He looks fucking stupid.
It's that cheesy smile he has.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking retard.
Don't be a lemon.
Be a believer.
I'm a lemon. Deal with it.
I'm a fucking lemon. Deal with it. Alright, so we'll move on from the Bo Dallas mini Bray Wyatt.
We don't really want to talk about more though. This ain't the Bo Dallas show or the Adam Rose show.
Bray Wyatt either.
Well, look at Husky Harris and look what he became. So give him a shot.
Yeah, but Husky Harris don't have a fucking retarded looking face like his brother does.
What, did you want him to wear a mask or something?
Yeah, fucking put a mask over that face.
We did wear a mask one time, wasn't he called Mr. NXT or something?
Mr. NXT. Hey, and he got beat by Sami Zayn with the Halua kick.
Sami Zayn knew it was him all along.
Well, no, unless you're a bunch of faggots, then you.
Right? People are like, oh, is that Sam? Is that Bo Dallas? I don't know. He's just wearing the same fucking tire.
Yeah, and the body type. Yeah. But yeah, but I mean, Bo Dallas at the moment I'm not convinced, and he's got a lot to do to turn me around, to prove me wrong. It's hard to do.
It's kind of bland right now.
You see, at the moment you're not impressing me, Mr. Bo Dallas. So I think you need to go back to NXT and
Give him a chance. It'll eventually start to get over.
At the moment it's not really over, but yeah.
I'm not saying it's great by any means. I'm just saying give it time, and I think it'll eventually work. It's going to resonate with people. What he's trying to do.
It's gonna work. He's gonna be a jobber, guys. Yeah.
I mean, slamming El Torito.
Jobber.
He comes up with some pretty funny catchphrases sometimes, so we'll see. When he said to Daniel Bryan, that's got to be a pain in the neck, or he called what's his face Butterfingers, or
yeah, that was
cool. It'll work. Give it time.
What do you call Butterfingers? Really? Yeah.
I thought that was
he dropped the microphone, didn't he? I can't remember what it was. Was
he
it
dropped
Tyus O'Neil or something? Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
that was quite funny.
I should have beat the shit out of it.
Well, in real life, I think it
We'll see
wasn't.
Whatever. Let's move
Let's continue. Let's move on. So, let's continue with the third match of the night. And it's another really short match. There's no contest. Unless you have any say about it, it's Cesaro versus Big E. It's a shame because, it could have been maybe a decent match, but the ending was horrible and wasn't not much to say about it, It was just ambush. I think he just attacks Big E after the match, kept going, and he retaliates. So pretty much, he just leaves with Paul Heyman. So if any of you guys have any say about the match, or I'm just going to continue.
I don't know. To be quite honest, I thought they looked well when they worked together in that match on SmackDown. Like they were both very aggressive, and they didn't just stay in the ring. They took it outside the ring. They were rolling all over the place, and brought back a different aspect of the game that we haven't seen in quite a long time. So I don't know how far they're gonna work with that, but in my opinion, I see better things for Cesaro, and I don't see him working with Martin Luther King too long.
I can't stand him when he starts talking. I'm like, mute button, please.
Right when he started doing, I thought it was just a one-time thing when he did it because it was like, whatever. But
for July 4th or whatever you guys.
Right now, it's just a constant thing, and it's just like, whoa, like that's really annoying.
It's terrible. It's like trying to be Martin Luther King. He's like, come on, we can do this.
There's only room for one inspirational speaker, and that's Bo Dallas. Sorry, Big E. Kick rocks.
Well, that's his gimmick now, his new gimmick. I think the Big E changed the Big E to Martin Luther. What?
I really
Martin Luther E.
I honestly never really cared for Big E. I always thought he was a little overrated, very repetitive in the ring to say the least. But yeah, so I could care less what they do with him. He's gonna fall off the ship anyways.
Well, it doesn't seem any plans they got for him after. He had a little feud with Rusev, and that's it, really.
Yeah, but Jack Swagger's a way better pick for that feud. I'm so happy they went in that direction, actually.
Well, yeah, he's pretty with the crowd. He's now getting over again. We the people stuff.
Exactly.
Big E wasn't getting nothing, like no reaction. Just waving the flag, and that
he
was
has no character. He has no manager. They could have put Fedor Long with Big E and turned him heel and done something with that. Oh no, let's just release him.
Do the white man's challenge.
They could have done something.
That would have been really like he might get some heat for that. He just challenged only white guys for a match, a 3-minute match or something.
I don't know. Teddy Long asked for it.
Teddy Long was actually a good heel when he was with
Teddy Long wanted to leave anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think we should just move along, unless. Let's just move along, really.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So it doesn't really. The fourth match doesn't really. I've got not much to say about this match. It's a Divas match. Fortunately, AJ Lee, obviously the new Divas champion, against randomly who shows up Eva Marie after haven't seen her for a few weeks. I haven't seen her on the card on Raw, SmackDown, main event. Suddenly she appears. I didn't really see her properly all the match because when I've seen it was Eva Marie, I was like, I'm going. I'm sorry, but I can't. She can't do basic. The moves she was doing was just she can't do basic moves like clothesline, headlock, side slam, whatever. She just couldn't do it. But thank God it was short. Thank God AJ just tapped her ass. That was the best pitch. She tapped her out like a bitch. Send her back to where she come from, which was modelling or whatever. I think she should stick with that. I think wrestling isn't for Eva Marie. That's all I'm gonna say. She's just not improving. So unless they're gonna train her, send her to Perform Center. I don't know. But, I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm just happy that AJ Lee won. Paige was on commentary being quite weird, smiling and happy. Compared to Raw, she was sad and miserable. And she lost the title. They had a stare down. Obviously, they're going to have a feud. I'm looking forward to AJ versus Paige. It's going to be SummerSlam. Great. I can't wait for it. It looks like Paige has turned heel and AJ's turned face. Wow. Bizarrely. Yeah. I'm all for it. People are angry with AJ Lee winning the title. A lot of fans are pretty upset about it. Oh well, they have to deal with it. I don't know why, because they were fans of her before she left, and now they're against her.
That's what they want to do. They want people to get mad,
I'm not mad. I like I'm a fan of both of Diva, both wrestlers. So
I was just like, wait, this makes no sense, but actually it does now.
Mm-hmm.
When it first happened, I was like, wait, really?
I thought they'd go to leave maybe AJ beating Paige at SummerSlam for the title, but they did it on Raw.
I thought they were going to have the title match on a pay-per-view, not on Raw,
But yeah, well, it's got to still be great. I can't wait for it, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to it. Long time, I haven't looked forward to a Divas match for a while.
It's funny how everybody said AJ was going to leave WWE.
She wasn't leaving, she was just taking a break. I think they never heard of her taking time off before in their life. Maybe she deserves it.
She's pulling with CM Punk. I'm like, oh god.
Oh yeah, she's gonna. she quit and she's going. She's just like, oh, I quit. I'm done. I'm never coming back. WWE is garbage. I'm not coming to this place.
I just love it. I just laugh at people.
I just found them funny. They're just a bunch of hypocrites.
I thought she was going to come back.
Of course she was coming back. She wasn't leaving. She's just taking time off. I mean, after having the Divas Championship for a year, holding it, I mean, she deserves a break.
Yeah, get married and going up.
Unlike Mr. Cena faggot, doesn't take a flipping break. She does.
Yeah, she does.
And she gives people opportunities in the spotlight. She gave Alicia Fox, Paige, time. There you go. And so some of them get the spot. Some of them take advantage of the spotlight. Some just fall in. But yeah. There's nothing else to say about that match, unless Paul has something, but he's left at the wrong time.
Even Marie thought she was tough just to put AJ on her ass, really.
Yeah. Pretty much me.
Nobody cares about that. I'm not stupid.
Anyway, I'm gonna move on, unless when he comes back, if he has anything to say. There was Chris Jericho kind of promo, comes out, cuts the promo, addresses what happened on Monday, just disgusting, but he kind of was smiling, he was kind of happy, like he was like thanking him or something like that. He was like thanking him for him realizing, what WWE is all about. It's not just ballet, it's just we come here, we expect, it's not just about returns or flashy jackets or entrances. It's about, about the wrestling, and you have to take bumps and stuff. You know, he's not pussy stuff. You know, basically that's what he's saying, and he's right. You know, and then in the end you had like I don't know, you had The Miz coming out. He interrupted him again. And when he was just going over the ropes, I think his sunglasses come off, and then he done the code breaker. That was classic Jericho. Was like, he didn't want to hear about his crap with The Miz. And after that, you know, Bray Wyatt came on the Titantron. You know, he tells like Jericho has to save himself. You know, he walks around. I just like how he walks around, like how he moves. I don't know, it's really cool. I don't know, it's
like telling a story.
Yeah, it just how he moves and his face reaction, like expression of his face. It's just great.
All
and
it's just great.
Yeah, it's great. That's why it's something different. Most wrestlers don't do that. So, and he just calls out, and then Jericho calls out Bray, and then and then The Miz came out. Yeah, said that. So that was it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was great, actually. I think with Jericho's had a promo, and then it ended up being a segment between Bray Wyatt. That was really cool, and obviously The Miz getting the code breaker was funny as hell. Don't mind him doing it all the time. Again, that's what he comes. He comes from Hollywood to get code breakers.
I found it hilarious the first time, and then the second time, Miz is just getting into the ring talking shit. The second he puts one fucking foot into the ring, just code breakered onto his ass. So, I
like how the sunglasses come off just after it's in the ropes. It just comes off like that.
It's one of those things that wasn't supposed to happen that just made it a little bit better. Added insult to injury, to say the least, for The Miz.
I think The Miz is not smart enough he should not get in the ring with Jericho. Just stay back. Next time, don't come in the ring when Jericho's around. You're just going to get a lovely code breaker. But obviously there's going to be a match between The Miz and Jericho at Battleground. I've heard the rumor about that. So that's what's going to happen. And I think
they have a match on Monday, too.
Is it? There's going to be a Battleground.
There's one on Monday.
Yeah, they booked the match for Monday Night Raw. I think they mentioned that honestly before they even mentioned him being in the Battleground.
Yeah, they did.
Maybe. And they're going to move Bray Wyatt's match at SummerSlam instead.
But you know how it's going to go. They're going to have a match. I doubt they'll even finish it. They'll get like halfway through and Bray Wyatt will interfere.
It's because they want Jericho to, have his first match back, early.
Yeah. I'm honestly all for it because most people don't like The Miz, but he's actually a pretty good heel. He's fairly entertaining to say the least, and he's decent on the mic. He can do his thing. He's okay in the ring, so I don't mind seeing The Miz on TV at all. I'd pick him over a handful of guys, to be quite honest.
I mean, when he had that best run in 2009, 2011, he was really. I mean, the crowd was really booing I would say he was one of the top heels at that time. The crowd was really giving that heat, and people just couldn't stand him. You saw that girl's face.
Yeah.
In the crowd.
The Miz girl.
Oh, yeah. You could tell he was doing his job really good. He should have stayed as a heel. Him turning face it killed it. It killed everything he had, his credibility. I think it ruined sort of his career in a way. I don't know if they can build it up again. Now he's a heel again. I mean, he was doing face heel before he was gone to Hollywood. But I mean, he's a good heel, but decent in the ring. Yeah, he's okay in the ring. I don't think he's a main eventer. I think he's best as a mid-carder, like going for the IC or title of the United States. But that's about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually enjoyed his run in 2009 and 11. I actually did like The Miz at that time. So, if he gets that back, that'd be cool. That'd be great. But, anyway, any last thoughts about the Jericho and Bray Wyatt?
Not really.
Want to continue?
Not really.
I don't know. Nobody knows really what to expect from this. It's so different. We have seen their little stick that they did in NXT, and then Jericho was gone. So this is like the rekindling of the flame. So I can't wait to see what happens with it. Going into it, I don't know what to expect out of it. So honestly, how Jericho is going to react is what it needs to be seen.
Yeah.
It's different. He's never been in anything like this before with a guy like Bray. But yeah, I'm all for it.
At least we know that he's actually possibly going to put him over, unlike someone who couldn't put him over. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he'll come over in one match and that was it.
He didn't even put him over one match. I don't count that as him putting him over. I mean,
I know. I usually I wouldn't count that either. It's just like they made him look like a complete fool in that match. I don't even want to use that word, but they really did. They made him look so weak. They built him as such a weak heel. It needed three people, a little kid
to interfere. It's
not even that they interfered, dude. Because Luke Harper and Eric Rowan were in the match the whole entire time. So Cena pretty much almost beat 3 people and the little kid. Cena should have lost that match to Bray Wyatt with a dirty win.
The one, how I would play it? I would have him won at WrestleMania when I think he should have won cleanly, and then have that rematch. Maybe have somehow Cena just about wins. I don't know, somehow, and then have that third match, which was the last man standing match. Would have had Bray Wyatt won actually cleanly again and just without no help. All had
but no.
Well, a dirty win. But then
Cena can't lose last man standing matches. He has to win.
He didn't put him up. He doesn't like to put young talent over. I hear people, silly fans, like Cena fanboys, little dicks, like saying, "Oh, he puts him over. He does put people." When?
With Edge and Jericho talking about Cena didn't want to put Nexus over. Go watch that.
Yeah, exactly. Jericho and Edge.
Exactly. He didn't. He was.
Because the original plan was
and they said that
Nexus. Original plan was go the Nexus, but Cena said no.
Yeah, Jericho and Edge were really pushing for Nexus to go over and Bray Wyatt to go over in that match, and Cena didn't want it to happen. So it didn't happen. So to the fans that don't think he doesn't have influences in decisions, he does.
His influence his own character.
He does have power. All this, he doesn't have power is a load of crap. He does have power because I think they said at one stage, Cena said to Edge and Jericho, "Oh, I'm going to do 2 AAs and then win the match with 2 guys."
No, he wanted Wade Barrett to DDT him on the outside of the ring, kick out at 2, and then beat both of them. That's what he wanted.
Something like that. Yeah, he wanted the DDT outside the ring. Yeah.
Get DDT outside the ring, kick out at 2, and then get back into the ring and beat Wade Barrett and whoever was with Wade Barrett left on Nexus.
The other guy, yeah. So he wanted FU2 guys, really.
Just like he did at Money in the Bank.
That's just ridiculous.
That's what he did at Money in the Bank.
Didn't he do the same thing? He FU'd Kane and Randy Orton. I think he got up to the ladder.
No, majority of fans would agree that going into SummerSlam, whether it would be Cena or not, they're going to lose to Brock Lesnar, and he's probably going to carry the title into WrestleMania 31. That's the biggest speculation going at the time. So if we were looking at a transitional champion, why not give it to a guy who doesn't have too much left in this business, that's gave a lot and never had that recognition? I would have given the title to Kane for 2 months.
Yeah.
Why did Cena need that? Just to give him, they did it just to give him that 15th title reign. That's the only reason they did it.
Not just that, they say he's best for business and he draws views and ratings and all that shit.
Regardless of whether he's champion or not, he's still going to draw. He's still going to put asses in seats.
Yeah.
He's still going to sell the same amount of merch.
Even when he was not in the main event, he was still drawing money,
Exactly. The title being on him didn't need to happen. Okay, WWE 2K15, I can understand that. They lost what? They said they lost in the 8 figures in the 10 million margin this year. So they did take the safe route when it came to WWE 2K15 to try to regain some composure. They put Cena on it. That's fine. I don't have a problem with them doing it.
Of course.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah, it really is.
No, they want to do the safe route.
The guy that doesn't mind Cena, I honestly like him. He's very stale in the ring, but he's energetic and he does well on the mic. He's just been bland the last couple of years, but I'm not a huge fan of him to say the least. But it's overkill. Overkill. And, when Cena has a title, it's not a championship title. It's just a belt.
Why you put him on the cover of 2K15? What's the point? It's so gay.
I think it's just because of the
I I don't want to buy it now.
I'm getting the digital.
You better give me an alternate fucking
Yeah, I mean-
cover, like a back cover, like you did with.
I'll make my own, print it out, and stick it in there. I don't give a fuck.
Right?
Why don't you just do the Wyatt family on that?
Yeah.
I honestly thought the best cover that I saw was it was Triple H's face in the background, kind of fading in the background with the three members of the Shield in the front doing the fist. And you know, as far as 2013 goes, like the last half of the year going into 2014, and even present, those were breakout on the Raw roster. Like those guys did the most. So I think them and the Triple H storyline should have made the main cover.
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
Heyman and
why,
Brock.
like, yeah, well, Brock's never there, so I wouldn't really want to.
He broke the streak.
Brock Les-
The pure
yeah.
significance of that.
Yeah,
It'd be better.
that's true. You could have done that.
No, but overall, my pick would have
Yeah,
been.
I mean, yeah, I mean, having seen on the cover was, to me, was a joke. But his face was like, "Oh, I'm surprised," kind of look. I was like, "Really? You know that's gonna happen, dickhead? I mean, he knows."
Well, you know what I hated the most was how he played the mortar like he didn't want it.
He wants it.
Oh,
He wants it. He wants that money.
he does want it. Of course, he wants it. He's just doing it lying to his fans. Obviously, he wants it.
Yeah. Oh my
I'm not
God,
born yesterday.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
look at like The Rock. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I like The Rock and everything, but he should not have been last year the cover of the 2K. Was it 14?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
the last
didn't-
cover that someone
didn't even
deserved was
appear.
Punk was the last one that
Yeah.
deserved. And who was on the
Yeah.
cover at WWE 12?
They should have given it to somebody. Daniel
Randy Orton.
Bryan has deserved it.
Randy Orton was on 12.
That's alright. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joel's probably
Randy
like
Orton's a
that.
guy that gets
Yeah, that's
fucking
okay.
thrown under the bus a lot too.
And Cena was in other covers.
Yeah, Cena was in the other covers. Yeah.
Cena was in 2K10, right?
That SmackDown 2010-11.
And 11. And now 15. And Randy Orton's a
Yeah.
guy that's out there, and he actually puts over young
Yeah.
talent. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, he does.
And he's on that same prestigious Cena, given he hasn't had as many title runs, but he's had a lot. How many title runs has Randy Orton had? Like 8 or 9?
Yeah. He's not really that
I think he
high
has
up
10
there.
now, isn't it?
Yeah,
10,
he-
11.
Yeah, he has up there, but he puts over a lot of people.
Yeah, he could have had more
He does.
title run. He could have had more, but he decides to put people over instead.
See, I mean, at least with Orton, he does put people over, and you know, he does the right thing. But Cena now, at this stage in the game, he should put people over, and he can say, "Oh, young talents should be encouraged. They should put, like, you know, go ahead, go, you know, make what's useful, what you can do, and be on the spotlight." He tries to steal with that, and you know, even for 2 months, he took that break. He was so selfish. He come back. He was like, "Oh, I want to come back. Oh, you know, I miss my fans. I want to be champion again."
The break was so short, it wasn't even long. I had a
Comes
feeling
back. He's a selfish dude. I don't like him.
I'm gonna bury fucking Sandow. Yay!
I'll tell you who he doesn't put. He didn't put over Ryback. He didn't put over Dolph Ziggler. He didn't put over Zack Ryder. He hasn't put over Bray Wyatt. He hasn't put over Damien Sandow. That's 5 guys. I just dead.
And think about
There's
it.
many guys he hasn't.
If they never came up with the bad,
Nexus, whatever, 6.
if they never came up with the Bad News Barrett gimmick,
Go on,
they
go ahead.
probably would have been buried and gone from WWE right now because of that loss with the Nexus. That really hindered their opportunities in the future, and they were never the same after that loss.
They should have had Barrett win the WWE title at the time. When he gets Orton.
Thank God Barrett had. Thank God you have to thank the JBL Cole show, really.
Regained composure, he gave him some momentum, got him back out there, he's relevant again. And, you know, during this injury, I know his title's going into the Battle Royal to see who'll win at Battleground, but they should really be keeping him on TV.
Yeah.
He had a lot of momentum, the gimmick was working well. Keep this guy on TV, keep him relevant until he's able to compete again. There's no need for you not to.
Yeah,
There's plenty of filler that you guys put on TV that nobody wants to see. I'd way rather see Bad News Barrett on commentary. I'd way rather see him cut a promo. Keep him relevant.
Yeah.
How long he's supposed to be out for? Like several months now.
Yeah, I heard anywhere from like 4 to 6 months.
6
Oh,
months.
God.
6 months.
If you keep him off,
I'm gonna miss him as well.
If you keep him off TV that long, people are not going to remember. They're just going to forget.
Keep him on TV. Let him do something. Keep him busy. Keep him relevant. Put him on commentary. Let him,
he can
cut his promos. Let him do JBL and Cole show. Get something so he stays in the fans'
Yeah, that's
eyes.
what I was gonna say.
Turn, you know, he doesn't lose that momentum that he's on because he had the ball going well. It's unfortunate. It's a good gimmick. I really liked it, and his wrestling ability speaks for itself.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just gonna say that, have him on the JBL Cole show to make him fresh and everybody knows who he is still. And yeah, I'll put him in backstage segments maybe, just pop up, or have him on commentary. I mean, commentary I think he'd be pretty better than Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole, who are boring every week. So even JBL, I love JBL and anything, but he can be a little bit boring, a little bit dull.
But
I'm a JBL fan.
You said JBL and
Cole.
A
little bit, he does it too much.
You saw the last episode of JBL Cole show, right? Adam?
Yeah.
Did you see it? At the end where Clem kept hearing someone say, "I'm afraid I've got some bad news," and it ended up just being his ringtone. I think that's a tease that he's coming back on the show. Big Clem Layfield's ringtone.
The bunny was
got some bad news. So he'll be back on the show in the next week or two.
I think Clem should be a gimmick.
It's kind of funny.
Definitely. I was going to say. He is. But you should have Heath Slater have a new gimmick, Clem. They should be on TV. It'd be really funny. But because since 3&B's gone, I think they should do it. Quite funny stuff. But yeah. So anyway, let's get back to SmackDown review. So we kind of said about the AJ Lee match against Eva Marie, unless Paul, if you have any say about it, we kind of
not at all. A little bit more motion from Eva Marie than we usually see from her, but still I haven't seen any major improvement. Nothing that stuck out to me. AJ Lee, of course, gets the win with Paige at ringside. Paige is the good woman, better woman. She gets in the ring, gives her the congratulatory handshake, and they both part ways. Seemed to resonate with AJ a little bit. She wasn't used to it, so it kind of got to her, but. We'll see. I can't wait to see this feud break off. It's going to be great.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So let's continue to when was it Sandow comes out, just as Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen.
I don't know who the hell he is.
Yeah,
Bruce. You guys know who he is. I don't know. I don't know who the hell he is. But
he's like a legend.
It's quite funny. What?
Yeah. He's a legend.
Over here. He's a legend.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe, you guys know more. But it's quite funny. And then Rusev came out, with Lana. And after that, they cut a promo. She kind of says, shut up. With the crowd was saying USA. And, same old. Getting that reaction, and Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter interrupts them. Zeb says they're immigrants, illegal immigrants. It says the good thing that Russia come out with vodka. That was the only thing it came up with, because USA said US created. Oh, who has the internet? Who created the internet? Who made it famous, and who made like light, light, bulb, and etc. And crowd was just going kind of crazy with the "We the People" chant. I saw a lot of fans standing up and saying "We the People," so it was like everybody. So it was quite a great moment, great segment. I thought it was funny, great, love it. Can't wait till this feud. Can't wait till their match. I think their match will be pretty good. I think it's going to be quite physical. I think, and it was a great segment. Loved it. Bring it more. Carry on with the feud. Better than Big E's one. So any thoughts on that, Doc?
Yeah, it was kind of cool how Sandow came out. Bruce Springsteen, that was kind of cool. And then you got Lana and Rusev coming out talking about talking about Rush, North America, whatever. That was a good promo by her. And so, and then you got Swagger and Coulter coming out. They're chanting USA crazy, and then these people. Yeah, the food's gonna be good. I'm happy that they're actually using Swagger kind of better now, getting him to a better food.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, he's like Mr. USA guy. So it's
Pretty
kind of
much,
gone
that's
back
what he
to.
is. Yeah.
He used to be all Americans.
Yeah.
It's good that they're using him right now with the right feud because he was doing nowhere. I felt, when the Real Americans split up, I feared for him. I thought, what's going to happen to Swagger now? Cesaro was going to go to the sunset in the spotlight. Where's Swagger
Pretty
going
much was jobbing for a while, and now they're actually using him.
Yeah, so jobbing to Adam Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. But Lana did the Queen of Wrestling. She done great. She always get that heat from the crowd. People can't stand her. I love her. So Paul, if you have any thoughts on the segment, go ahead.
Lana coming out with Rusev was I kind of felt like it was gonna happen. I kind of foreseed it safe, but I thought it was good. I honestly don't have much to say about it other than they are doing really well building up the Swagger Rusev thing, the anti-American versus the real American. You got Lana, who's a great mouthpiece, who gets to work with Zeb. You got an up-and-comer like Rusev, who gets to work with some would say a veteran grappler like Jack Swagger. Most people don't know that, but he really is a veteran grappler. But I'm interested to see where it goes. Good build-up. Manager gets to learn from a veteran manager. Worker gets to learn from a veteran worker. So, yeah, I'm all for it. I can't wait to see how it plays out. Hopefully we see it at Battleground, which I'm sure we will. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. And, I think they're really going to bring out the best in each other, and I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't a one-time thing. They should definitely continue this feud. We saw what they did with Big E. It didn't really work. They pulled him and put Jack Swagger in, and I'm thankful that they did that. They made him relevant again, and the chants, the We the People chants are all over the place. So not only is it establishing Jack Swagger again, it's also establishing Lana and Rusev as well and as up-and-comers. So, it's a win-win situation for everybody. And as far as match quality goes, it's going to be good. I can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah.
I just want to mention one more thing before we head forward. It's actually breaking news at the moment, if you mind me bringing it up.
Santino?
Can you leave it after the main event?
It's fresh off the press. I want to get it out there.
Oh, come on. I want to get this main Smackdown review done, man. Come on.
Real quick. We'll just get it out. Well, I'm just going to say it. We'll talk about it at the end. But
go ahead.
About not even 10 minutes ago, it was announced on Twitter that after one too many neck surgeries, Santino Marella is retiring.
Yeah, it was announced at Toronto House Show, by the way.
Yeah.
Serious? What?
Yeah.
That's a shock. Seriously?
It's unfortunate, and they never really let him live to the best of his potential. They never really capitalized on it, because if you look at him as Boris Alexei, when he was in OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, this guy was a great technical wrestler, very strong, and he was actually very unique and different at the time. So his speed, his agility, most people don't know it. If you haven't, go check out Boris Alexei OVW highlights, and you'll see just how talented Santino Marella was. And I wish we got to see more from him in his career, but nonetheless, the comedic skit worked for him, and he was one hilarious fucking dude. So, from PWF, thank you, Santino.
Yeah, I have to say thank you as well. I mean, he was a funny dude. I mean, shame that he didn't show what he can do. Didn't let him. He does some background MMA style martial arts. He didn't really show much of that. Didn't give him really that serious gimmick, just a joke gimmick. But he did have at least he was, tag team champion, IC champion, United States champion. He did hold, 3 belts at one stage. He did get crowd reaction,
Right.
People were behind him. He had that big, I think one time on Smackdown, he won that Battle Royal to be in the Elimination Chamber. He won he got so over with that. He nearly won the Elimination Chamber. He nearly beat Daniel Bryan, I think, for the world title at the time. He came down to Daniel Bryan and Santino, and he just about lost. He done great. I mean, I wasn't a massive fan of him, but I did like him. I think it's a shame how they didn't treat him better. And I don't know if one day if he'd be in the Hall of Fame, but I think he kind of deserves it. Been loyal and funny. He's always had that something about him. I think he does deserve to be a Hall of Fame. Call me mad, but I think he does. I know he wasn't really a main eventer, but he was a great mid-card.
Yeah, he was pretty much used for like the comedy side.
It always has. I know they need a comedy person, but
Yeah, he was
I
always
think
there for that.
he done it really well. But I think they should have. His gimmick starts stale too much. He needed to change. I'm shocked that he's retired because of next surgeries. I mean, I think he was out a few months ago. He had a surgery. I mean, sad. He's sad, and that's it. You know, he's ended his career now. It's going to be really strange about it. But they haven't really been using him, to be fair to him, for months. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. Good luck in the future with his. He opened a new a gym place for training MMA, and he's got a ring there. Good luck with that. Something.
Yeah, he's definitely going to invest the rest of his time now that he's not working with WWE into the Battle Arts Academy he has in, I believe it's in Canada. So hopefully that works out with him. So far, it looks like it's a really strong company. They train wrestlers, they train MMA, they train for fitness and getting in shape. So, you know, he has a lot of endeavors he's going to, you know, dabble in after he leaves WWE. So once again, thanks again. And, you know, it's kind of sad to see him go. And no matter his position on the roster, he still gave it all he had every night he went out there. No matter how short the match was, no matter what the segment was, you know.
Even though the finisher was bad.
Yeah, he made fans laugh. He's memorable, and that's all that matters. He left an impact on the business. I think he did.
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did. In a way, I'm going to actually miss him, actually, funny enough. But, I did appreciate Santino, and sometimes I thought, you know, when he had matches, you know, I wasn't. Some like these short matches, I was I don't care about this. You know. But they didn't treat him right. That's the problem. I blame the booking and the creative team for it. Definitely. What you can do now. So. I don't know what's going to do now. Unless is he going to be now what? Be part with WWE now still, or is he going to?
He may be like an agent.
Is he going to be one of those trainers? Maybe he'd be a trainer. I could see him being a trainer.
I think he's going to focus all his attention on the Battle Arts Academy he owns. I think that's his next career move.
Good luck to him if he is, yeah.
I've seen the website. It's a great place. Very professional and all around.
I've seen the video of it, yeah. I watched the video on YouTube.
They're legit. They're very legit.
Great, yeah. So, and he doesn't have that fake accent, the Italian accent. He talks normally. I was shocked. That was the first time I heard him break kayfabe. But
he does it so well. He does it so well that you wouldn't expect it.
Like, yeah, I know, because he's Canadian. He's born in Canada, but he's got like Italian background. But
yeah, he's from Milan, Italy.
Yeah. But he talks. You know, he's Canadian. He speaks like that. So I was like shocked. I think, is that Santino? But okay. But yeah, that's the breaking news. We wish him good luck from PWF team. So now moving on to the last bit of SmackDown, the main event. Now we finally made it to Dean Ambrose versus Randy Orton. Steph Rollins on commentary. It wasn't really a long match. You know, it was quite a decent match. You know, it could have been better because time schedule, but how it was. But you know, in the end, it was a no DQ. Ambrose won because Ambrose done a suicide dive. Rollins Simpson with the briefcase, the Money in the Bank briefcase. So that was a disqualification. Ambrose won. They just beat him down. Even though Reigns came to save the day, he's like does that Superman punch. It's like when he does a Superman punch and then he gets ready for the spear. I don't know why, it just pumps me up. And he done that to Orton. And they stand tall. Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, two guys from the Shield used to be. So, but overall the match was, was decent. It was good. Between that, but SmackDown got to rate it as a 7. 7 was good. It'd been better show. I'm gonna give it 7 because it had Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Reigns there, and the Wyatt family, you know, and Jericho. So yeah, I'm gonna give it 7. So Billy, your thoughts on the main event, and then you can rate something.
Oh yeah, the main event was alright. It wasn't too bad. That's really it. Overall show could have been better. I mean, some matches were boring, you know, but I give it like a 6. I didn't think it was too good this week.
Yeah.
It just relaxed.
I really gave 7.
The only good thing was the Seth Rollins and the Dean opener and probably the main event. That's it.
Yeah. I was thinking 6.5 or 7, but I'll just give it a 7. I'm being nice.
I don't know. I felt I couldn't like stay watching it. I was falling asleep during the whole show.
Yeah, I don't think I enjoyed it. As you said, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, and Jericho, and Wyatt.
Jericho. That's it. But
and the main event, the match, I thought was well. Even though it was a no-DQ. I see. So what about you, Paul?
Yeah, you know, you pretty much discussed everything that happened in the main event, from Dean Ambrose, just the wild card, just coming out of nowhere, flying over the announce table, taking out Seth Rollins. You know, he fired back at him. About a couple minutes later, hits him with the briefcase. It's no DQ. Blah blah blah. Hoopla breaks out. Everyone starts attacking each other. Eventually, Roman Reigns comes down to save the day. And the one question that we haven't answered, despite it was a decent match, and I enjoy what happened here and there in between. I thought it could have been better of a show. But what we didn't discuss was, if Roman Reigns interfered, that he would not be allowed in the main event at Battleground for the WWE World Heavyweight title. Now he's going to face repercussions for saving Dean's ass. So I'm interested to see where they go with the storyline.
yeah, but that was
after the match.
That was after the match.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, but trust me. You know Triple H and them are going to elaborate. They're going to go into detail, and they're going to micromanage it.
For what? He wasn't even interfering in the match. The match was over.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Unless if they take him out of the title picture, that would be just gay.
Well, you know, they're going to try to, but somehow he's going to get back in. Because he's going to work that sweet charm on someone else, just like he did to Vicky Guerrero. And I think that's
hey baby girl.
I think that's going to be Roman Reigns' shtick, not being allowed in matches, but sweet talking women and getting in there somehow. And then maybe
he's trying to be the Rock.
Happen. He could sweet talk Steph and Triple H. So, you know, anything could happen. But I'm interested to see if they play off of that or not. But overall, yeah, I thought SmackDown was decent. So it could have been better, but I did enjoy a good amount of parts. I'd say a 7 is a fair grade, 7.25. It's my personal perception. It doesn't reflect on the actual product itself.
Yeah.
My opinion, I thought it was like a 7, 7.25. I enjoyed it. Would I watch it again? No. For the nostalgia, no. But it was okay for what it was for free television.
Yeah, it was a decent show. How it was, you know, like I said, could have been a lot better. I think the matches could have been better, a bit longer. Some of the matches. I think the booking. I don't know. I think like Cesaro and Big E should have been longer. AJ versus Eva Marie shouldn't have been there. Bo Dallas match. No. But yeah, that's what SmackDown review. Pretty much we move to NXT now. We just do some. Exactly what we say about now NXT. So he just started off with first match. Colin Cassidy versus Sylvester Fort. You know, one of the.
Basically,
you know, yeah, they're like in a French tag team, like Lava's a Stance or something. Yeah, he's now a wrestler. He was managing before Rusev, but back in the time. But,
Amore.
But yeah, it was all right match, kind of a squash match. You know, Colin Cassidy won. You know, pretty much. I think he did like a big Empire elbow for the win. It was like his new finisher. His finisher was like a what was it called? Sling side slam, or whatever. Called like a spinning side slam finish. He did. But yeah, he did like the elbow for the finish, a big Empire elbow. Pretty cool. I actually like Colin Cassidy. I think he's quite cool.
Yeah, he has potential.
I think he's quite funny. He has something for a big guy. I think he's good. No, he looks like an edge.
FT soft.
And the crowd love it. They give him that reaction.
Yep.
But he looks a bit of like Edge, don't you think?
Colin Cassidy did decent on his own, but Enzo Amore is really the
Yeah.
he's gonna bring him up. Definitely is. Good mouthpiece.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Him being injured kind of, I thought it might hurt Colin Cassidy, but yeah, doesn't really.
No, and Enzo Amore can wrestle too.
Exactly. Yeah. Can't wait until the main roster. I don't know.
Yeah,
As a tag team, I think they're going to be a tag team soon.
Yeah,
They're gonna make him grow a beard and join the Wyatt family.
be a great add to the main
Baby
roster.
Harper.
I think Colin Cassidy could do. I don't know about Enzo Amore. I don't think he can do.
No.
I think Colin Cassidy could.
But the match itself was good, and Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy both have potential.
They do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
You get to see these guys hone their craft and develop as wrestlers and talkers before they come to the main roster. And when you follow that path before they even made it, before they even are a big name, and then you see what they become in the future as years go by, as time goes by, it's really actually an awesome thing to watch. I watched Bray Wyatt start off as absolutely bullshit Husky Harris, and look what he is now. So don't always knock guys when they're not that good at first, because sometimes repackaging doesn't hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it doesn't go right in the first time, and then second time,
Right.
It could work. Just give them the chance. Maybe if they have any ideas, Crave ideas from themselves, and then they give it to the Crave team, they can tweak it a little bit, and then
Yeah.
they can do it. Colin Cassidy and Enzo Amore are great. I don't think they need repackaging.
I like the pairing.
I love them since day one, so yeah, go for them. They got the crowd on the hands. So, yeah. So yeah, I mean, any last thoughts about the match, guys, or just move on?
No. Good match. Colin Cassidy's a big man,
Good
and
start.
he gets shit done in the ring, and that's all that matters. I think they're gonna work well together, and I wouldn't mind seeing him on the main roster. Who knows what they're gonna do with it? But that's why we watch NXT, to see what happens with these guys. So I'm all for it.
Yeah,
Definitely. It was. Shame it's only for 1 hour. I wish it was longer. But Colin Cassidy, for a big guy, he did well. So we moved to some backstage. We had Adrian Neville, the NXT champion. He says that he was honoured to beat RVD last week. If anybody missed that match, or missed a great match.
Good.
It was really good, yeah, definitely. It's nice to see RVD. He's been putting people a lot over, actually. So, be fair to him, and that makes them look good as well. But Tyler Breeze, because he obviously the number one contender for Neville's NXT Championship. He then interrupts him and says that he's impressed that Neville could focus that well, consider Breeze was 20 feet away from him, and and then tells Neville that he must be killing him inside, as he doesn't know what Breeze will decide to cash in his title shot. No, he doesn't have a briefcase. But and he goes on to say Neville's outer face is killing him, and then he goes on to offering championship match, and then Breeze comes up with an excuse of a finger injury, rules him out due to his hand modelling session. Right.
But it's not a storyline. His finger is really hurt.
Yeah, of course. He's not gonna back down. He's not.
The word I heard was he actually wanted to compete, but WWE wouldn't give him the go-ahead.
Yeah.
It's not worth the risk, honestly.
Nah. That was quite funny. Backstage, because of he needs to do his modelling. He's got modelling as well to do. Photo shoots is important to him. He needs that face to be right, and the fingers. He can't mess up, guys. He can't mess up. You lose money. So yeah, it was a really funny segment. I enjoyed it. What do you think of it, guys? Segment backstage.
Yeah, it was good backstage segment. He says he has a broken finger, and I was just like, really? You want to pull this shit? You want to fight me for a rematch? Not right now? Okay. Don't worry, in a couple weeks when you want a rematch, I'll beat your ass. I'll beat the NXT title. So why Major Neville?
Yeah, I mean, his title reign at the moment is really good as well.
And it really
Major
is.
Neville, I'm enjoying it as well.
It's not stale, it's fresh, and it's really good.
And now he's feuding with Tyler Breeze.
Just like the whole match.
Pretty much. And he's not playing like Sin Cara when he couldn't compete during the match. No, he's got other things to worry about. But yeah, we move to Paul. If you have your say about backstage.
I enjoyed the backstage segment. I'm a big fan of Adrian Neville. I'm a big fan of his before WWE, but as when he was known as Pac. And Tyler Breeze is a difference. Tyler Breeze, he has that cocky, arrogant, very, very flamboyant gimmick, and it's something that tends to irritate people. It gets under their skin. It doesn't resonate with them like other gimmicks would. But I didn't like him at first, to be completely honest. I didn't know his work either, though. Just for the pure look factor and how he acted, and he's a guy that really started to grow on me, and now I'm actually a big fan of his. So he just goes to show if you give someone a chance, you never know what can happen. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Tyler Breeze. He's actually like my third favorite guy in NXT right now. So, but yeah, the backstage segment was good, and they both carried themselves well as wrestlers. And I'm interested to see how this match goes. I'm sure we're gonna see Tyler Breeze back in the ring in another 2-3 weeks. Doesn't take too long to heal for a broken finger, so he'll be all right. He's a fighter. He might seem like a pretty boy, but he's actually a tough dude. So I can't wait to see how it unfolds.
Yeah, when he gets in the ring, he does mean business. He doesn't just look in his phone and take a selfie and post it on Twitter. He does actually has the aggression streak. And if you've seen his match,
what I noticed that he should do is I don't know if I haven't followed him as much as you have, Adam or Billy, but when has he ever like taken a selfie of him and like his opponent down on the ground just like that? Like,
I think he did in early days. In the early days, he did.
I just thought of it. I'm like, that would be something that worked. And if he beat a big face, he would get heat for that.
He did that in the beginning.
Stuff like that. I think that would work.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it would. He could have done that with Sami Zayn, didn't he?
It's just like if anyone saw the viral picture that's been going around the IWC of it was a house show and Dean Ambrose beating the shit out of Seth Rollins, and a fan took a selfie of Dean Ambrose smiling with Seth like dead on the ring barrier. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, selfies.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Oh yeah, that's funny.
Selfies are taking over the WWE. Ever since Vince McMahon took that shot at Barack Obama, it's just been going crazy.
Seth and Dean, two best friends in real life, taking selfies.
We're in the reality era, guys.
The reality of selfies.
Yeah.
That's how it become. Next, they would do like I think maybe Tyler Breeze could do his own show, like a talk show.
Oh, he's working on that.
It's like naming Easy Breezy.
Don't worry, he's working on his album for his, that one song he did. That was it.
Yeah, but he could be like he's like a bit of Shawn Michaels there. He did that super kick, didn't he? I don't know.
Yeah.
The Sami Zayn match. That was
Good.
Instantly, I thought that was really good. I was like, oh, Shawn Michaels, right, man. Yeah.
Even the finisher is good. I believe he calls it the beauty shot, the spinning heel kick.
Yeah.
That's a good finish. He does it. It's very thunderous. It's explosive when he does it. It's not the same as everybody else's spinning heel kick. And you made the Shawn Michaels reference, and just like Tyler Breeze, they're so flamboyant. A lot of people thought, they were honestly batting for the other team. A lot of people would think that they're gay, but they're not. Shawn Michaels back in the day, he came out sporting the Village People outfit, and he dressed as a police officer. And back then, that was considered, you were homosexual. Today, it's not the same. Tyler Breeze is a guy that it's the flamboyancy and how he carries himself that's really gonna, work with the fans. It's really gonna get him over. So yeah, I'm interested to see it. He does show characteristics of Shawn, little characteristics of maybe even Chris Jericho when he was a heel. So
yeah.
Most people wouldn't make the comparison, but I will because I do see resemblances.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah.
Carry on. Chap.
Yep. So let's continue. Let's move on. Unless you have any last say.
No.
All right. Chill. Relax.
Billy, just a show.
It's a show, mate. You know. Sit back, relax, and eat your popcorn. But second match of the night, which was a tag team match, Divas match. Charlotte, the NXT champion, team up with Sasha Banks, you know, Paul's girl, against against Bayley. Yeah. You know, against Bayley and debuting Becky Lynch, which is Irish India wrestler, I presume, which was nice to see. Not a model. So.
Yeah, Rebecca Knox.
Becky, not yeah. They changed. Obviously, they changed her name.
Was it Becky Lane?
Yeah, like a launch, Becky Launch or something.
Some horrible Irish gimmick she got stuck with. Unfortunately, I have seen her indie where she is talented.
Yeah.
So.
I think she overkilled it with the Irish dancing. I think it was too much.
Yeah, the river dance was a little bit too much for me, honestly, to say the least.
I couldn't stand it.
She's a good wrestler, and her and Bayley working together, it made sense. They're both very similar in how they portray themselves.
Yeah, they got like a similar
goofy gimmick. You know, she's landing a goofy gimmick at the moment.
They're both young too. I'm not a fan of the goofy gimmicks like they stuck with Emma with, another one who's a gifted technical wrestler. If you've seen her work in Shine, she does have talent. You know, they started with these goofy gimmicks just to see how they work with it, see if they can make it happen and make fans get behind it. You know, just like Fandango, talented athletic wrestler, stuck with a horrible gimmick, but he makes the best of it. And that's what happens. And then he'll eventually get repackaged in the future when they see that you keep fighting, you keep working harder and harder, no matter how stupid you look. Just like Damian Sandow, he's eventually going to get back up in the ringer. No matter how much they put him under the bus, he's too hard of a worker, and he's going to do any gimmick to the best of his ability to make it back to the top. So they're going to keep climbing that ladder. So stupid gimmick or not, that doesn't hinder your future.
Yeah.
It doesn't hinder opportunities.
She's still young, so yeah, she's got a chance. I'm sure down the line they will stop this goofy gimmick, and she can wrestle, and she showed that in the match. I think she did really well. She done a lot of leg drops in the match, maybe 3. She did really well. I thought it was actually a decent Divas match. I enjoyed it. You know, they did lose. Charlotte and Sasha Banks did win. So I think she gave her, was it bow down to the Queen? Yep, she did bow down to the Queen, to Becky Lynch. That's it. But yeah, I mean, she was kind of hurt. She kept touching her neck. I don't know if she got hurt with her neck a few times, but maybe she just selling it. But, after the match, they just stopped. Probably, yeah. And then just, I think Sasha Banks was attacking her after the match, and then Bayley saved the day and pushed her over the rope. Yeah, they won, and we'll see. I don't know who's going to be the new one contender for Charlotte's title next year. I think they're having a match. I think it's Bayley against Sasha Banks, and the winner face Charlotte. I think. Wrong.
It's inevitable.
I think it's going to be Bayley. I think it's Bayley.
It's going to be Sasha because did you see the backstage segment where they broke up?
Yeah, he did. It's inevitable. You've seen the tension between them even when Summer Rae was still with them with BFF.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's going to happen. Honestly, that's what.
They're kind of the best friends. The best friends is going away to becoming enemies friends.
The BFF.
Be completely realistic. Charlotte and Sasha Banks are the next 2 women to be called up to the main roster.
Yeah.
And they so rightfully deserve to be.
Them too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they both. But I don't think they should do it straight away because she just won the NXT.
No, not right now. They said like in a couple months, like.
Yeah, by near the end of the year, I think we should do it.
Yeah, before the end of the year, like Sami Zayn.
But Sami Zayn's going to be called up maybe in 2 months' time, I think.
They said before the end of the year, but who knows?
I don't know. I thought for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. It was a decent match. You have any thoughts about the tag team match, guys?
Yeah, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Better than the majority of the matches that the main roster divas put on.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely, it was better than the SmackDown one. And,
It's funny because we watch NXT. It's only an hour of programming, but it's not just the hours, not just the quantity, but it's also the quality. It goes by so fast because you enjoy it.
It's not just that. They didn't call it a Divas match. They called it a women's match.
Yeah, because it's a women's championship.
I was
It's not
like,
a Divas championship.
like, whoa, this is cool.
And they give them time. They give them time. That's the point. They give them time.
That gives them. They're not called divas. They're called women. Which is,
You got to give it to Triple H. You know, he really did. He really is doing well with the developmental system. He really
is.
He is. I mean,
hats off to Triple H. He's been doing so much.
They put a good show on NXT every week, which is good.
Look what he did. Look what he turned. He turned NXT into its own brand. He's running that thing down there. Look at the champions he's made. Look at the workers he's brought in. Look at who's coming in now, like Steen, Devitt, Kenta, guys like that. They're looking at Roderick Strong. Look at the Performance Center. Look at him bringing back legends like Ultimate Warrior, Snake, Jake the Snake Rock. He's done so much. He doesn't get any recognition because he's a heel. He's been a heel the last good year now. Not even close to a year going into SummerSlam. In about 2 months, he's close to the full heel. He's not getting any recognition for everything he's done. The onslaught of things is numerous opportunities he's given all these wrestlers and the future of the business in general. So hats off to you, Triple H, man. You're the fucking man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're not a fan of him or not, you're gonna have to respect what he's done in NXT.
He's one of my favorites.
I like the guy, but not a big fan of him. No, but I like the guy. He's done really well at NXT. So, pretty much, yep. So we can continue. That's anything else to say about the Divas tag team? I mean, women's tag team match.
A lot of potential in that.
Divas, no. Yeah. So we had like some backstage as well, like Justin Gabriel preparing for the main event against Sami Zayn, and you had Tyson Kidd like walks. He appeared. He tries to get Gabriel to be with him, like a team, and then he refused to say, and then he just says, "I'll prove it." In the ring, I'll beat Zayn. No, I'm not like you. I'm going to beat Sami Zayn. We'll see. And he's like, okay. Tyson Kidd was alright. We'll see about that. So, yeah. Any say about it, guys? About that short segment?
Yeah, it was a good segment. Gabriel pretty much said, "I'm going to beat him." I'm like, you couldn't beat him twice in 2 matches, basically.
When was the last time he even won a match? So,
I don't know. But
Superstars, a couple months back.
Probably, yeah, most likely. Well, it looks like they're going to put them back as like that team again, probably. Gabriel and Tyson.
they were tag team, yeah.
That makes sense.
Gabriel's, I don't know. To me, I don't think he's going to be anything more than a bona fide preliminary wrestler. He's just an enhancement talent. Hopefully they could go in a direction with a tag team. I'd like to see that. They're both very similar in the ring. But as far as the segment goes, there's really not much to go into detail with, except you could see some animosity building in between those guys. So, yeah, it was kind of, I wouldn't say a profit, but you could kind of tell something was going to happen here or there. We didn't know it was going to be that night, but you could see something coming.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like something was building up. I don't know if they were up to something, or they just play, or they really have like friction between both guys. I don't know.
Instead of loading the gun and shooting it, instead of loading the gun and waiting and aiming for your target, they shot it right away and went right into it the same night. And it was very spontaneous and unpredictable. And that's something wrestling is missing nowadays. Is things like that. So I'm all for it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good to see Gabriel actually on TV because I've seen him on Raw and SmackDown.
He's not great, but he has talent. I like him.
He's decent. I thought one stage he could be a little bit same level as RVD, but maybe I was kind of wrong.
Yeah, because of the 450. When he first came into NXT, he and Bryan were my favorites just because of that 450 splash. I'm like, oh, this guy's got to have potential. And unfortunately,
I love that finisher. Yeah, I really did.
And then Adrian Neville fucking did the imploding 450 splash, and it's just like, who remembers the 450 splash anymore?
Yeah, that was just
about Adrian Neville's finisher now, but yeah. But so yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to the match with CJ Parker. Yeah, with the guy who's freak nature holding the sign. I can't remember what the sign was saying. He was because for weeks he was in the crowd, just or outside of NXT. He was just do like a petition, free the trees or something. Yeah.
Protesting for the trees.
Really, I was
environment, for nature.
Oh,
It's so
boring.
It's so,
he's a vegan.
Who cares about it? Nobody cares, though. It's not something that's deriving attention. It's just like, this guy comes out, it's just like, okay, we don't care, you're ruining the match, go away. It's not like, oh, look at him, spotlighter actually making a name for himself. He looks like an idiot.
He looks like a twat. He's like one of those, he's like a fly that doesn't want to go away.
And I don't want to blame him for it. I honestly do that too much. I just put it on the wrestler, and he doesn't have much creative control over the gimmick. That's what they want him to do. That's his job. He's got to do it. But
I like
your mind. Say what you want to do.
I like him. I just don't like his gimmick. I like him. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, it's like you could speak up and say something like, "Hey, I don't think this isn't working. Why don't we try this here or try to tweak this there?" You have a voice. They will listen if you talk. They're not. You're not ignorant. If they don't
like NXT, you got a chance.
They don't like your idea. They're gonna say, "Hey, we don't like that idea. We want you to do this." But you can mention something, and they might like it. So why not just say something? Because what you're doing now is, you're not gonna get very far with it. And this is a downward spiral that most wrestlers see, and he's on it right now. He's not even doing anything anymore.
He's not, and like the crowd is just not giving him. They just don't give a care less about him.
No recognition.
When is he going? They're like, get him off. From the arena or whatever. No one cares. I mean, the gimmick I don't like. I don't see him in the main roster. This wouldn't work in the main roster, sure. He would just end up being Jobber. Gimmick won't work. So if Adam Rowe's gimmick and Bo Dallas hasn't really worked, then how will CJ Parker's gimmick gonna work? Yeah, I mean the match was kind of a squash match. He faced Steve Cutler, some debut wrestler from from where Indies, I think, maybe. But it was nothing much to say. It was a quick win. He did like a side kick finish, which was a pretty cool finish actually. He's quite tall. The guy's tall.
It was like almost like a Booker T, kick. Sort of.
Yeah.
The side kick, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Booker T taught him this? What the fuck?
Probably. Yes, it was quite a cool finish, but nothing much else to say. Yeah. Squash match.
Yeah, no comment.
I just like the finisher he does. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's cool.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So let's continue now to Tyson Kidd. He has the interview, I think, with Renee Young. He kind of discussed. He said that he wasn't in a good mood to do the Fallout show after the NXT takeover, which is why he stormed out when they was doing the conference and that. And he said something stupid, and he says they didn't notice Natalia was there, and he didn't ignore her on purpose. And he asked, and then Renee asked why Tyson Kidd got angry at Natalia for telling the ref that Adrian Neville is actually on his feet on the ropes. And then he said blasphemy during the match, yeah. But he's glad Natalia's calmed him down. And then he said he doesn't want to win championships, but as Renee was talking, she said that there's problems in the marriage, and he just walks off again, pretty much. And then they confirmed that Bayley will take on Summer Rae actually determined to be the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship. So that's next week.
Oh yeah.
I got confused. I thought it was Sasha Banks. But,
yeah, that's what I thought too. But okay,
we know Bayley's gonna win.
It's gonna be Summer Rae. Watch.
I think it's gonna be Bayley.
They don't want to push Bayley right now for some reason.
But she did beat Summer Rae not that long ago. So.
Yeah, I think Bayley needs more time to develop, though.
Summer Rae's in the main roster. I don't see what's the point.
Summer Rae's already established herself, so that's another thing you can shy away from there too. It could go either way, honestly. I think Bailey needs more time to develop. Somewhere he's already established. So it's one of those things, Let's see, you get the short end of the stick that night.
Bailey wins that match. She can get squashed by fucking Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
But I
got-
don't know.
That's the thing.
I hope they let her have a long match and don't let her be one-sided match. Hopefully she can put some arm fence in the match and show that she can really beat Charlotte. So.
Yeah, because Bailey could actually go.
Oh yeah,
Before.
the crowd loving Bailey.
He's athletic.
She is.
What, she come from the indies, so she knows how to wrestle. Not coming from model agency or something. Any thoughts about the Tyson Kidd interview, guys? I thought it was pretty cool.
It was alright.
He was really serious, like he was like turning.
It was alright. It was going good until Renee Young asked that one question about the marriage. He just fucked off. He got pissed off.
He's not going too well, the marriage.
To be completely honest, I'm sick of how they're making Tyson Kidd look like a complete fucking bitch when he's stuck with his wife Natalia. And don't get me wrong, I'm big fans of both of them.
Yeah.
He's a great wrestler. Tyson Kidd's a great wrestler. Both, considered ring generals in their own rights. Both graduated from the Hard Dungeon, so they have talent, like it or not. But they make him look like a complete bitch when he's with her, and she's like, he has this he's pussy whipped to say the least. That's be the best word to describe it. And
he's like behind Natalia like a shield or something.
Exactly, and he sees it like Tyson Kidd's seeing it from a different perspective now, and it's like, just like when Devitt turned out Higuchi, it was no more Mr. Nice Guy, and that's the mentality Tyson Kidd wants to go with. That's what he needs to do. He needs that chip on his shoulder. Same thing I said about Cody Rhodes. He needs that chip on his shoulder to propel him into that next level. And if he does this right, hopefully it would put him back onto the main roster and working a good program with someone. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Probably deserves it more than anybody on the roster, developmental or main, at this very time.
I agree. He's underrated. I think they just. I don't know. I think he needs a manager. To be honest.
I don't. I think at this time he needs to establish himself. It's really now or never, and this could be his last big opportunity to actually go out there and steal the show. Yeah. No pun intended, Dolph Ziggler.
I mean, he couldn't beat Adrian Neville twice now. I don't know what's going to be next. Now he's feuding with Sami Zayn.
That was as a face. As a heel, he could beat Adrian Neville because he's a good enough wrestler. Like it or not, people that might not realize it, Tyson Kidd's just as good as a wrestler, or could even be even better as a better grappler than.
He could cheat to win. He could cheat. He wanted to use the chair.
But I don't see them having Adrian lose the title.
I don't know.
Because Tyson Kidd's in the main roster. I don't know if he's actually going to take the title from Adrian Neville. That's the problem. He's not coming from NXT.
I wish they'd bring back the cruiserweight division because it's really hindering a lot of growth on smaller guys. And given that they are breaking the mold, and there's a lot of smaller guys that are getting pushes nowadays, and not like they used to. So.
I would. The cruiserweight division, was quite.
I think it'd be awesome. Kids love that style of wrestling.
I do. I did back in the time.
That was probably
if they did bring back their title, they should make it open to the NXT roster too.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but there'd be too many titles on the NXT.
That's what I said. Like when WWE does their pre-shows, they're always like flipping and flopping to figure out what to do on it. They got Daniel Bryan talking on one, and you got midgets wrestling on another. Why not have the NXT title get defended on pre-shows? Because they're only doing that quarterly pay-per-view for NXT every 4 months, or every 3 months, I believe, quarterly, 4 times a year. So why not defend it on the pre-show?
Yeah, have like some NXT matches on pre-show.
Exactly. It'll shed light on NXT. It'll shed light on the pay-per-view. It'll build momentum, and fans will get into it. I think it'd be a good idea. It might not work, but it's worth a shot.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. They don't have to try again, do they? See how it works. I think it'll work because fans will get engaged to it. And
especially got Adrian Neville doing fucking corkscrew fucking shooting star presses.
Yeah. He can do about 100. I can just sit there and watch it. You know what I mean?
450s and red arrows all over the place. That's fucking
it's
phenomenal.
The best finisher in NXT. I'm still just have to say. Love it. Yeah. But so yeah. Any last thoughts about Tyson Kidd and the interview, or just move to the main move to the main event.
Sure.
Alright. So the main event of the night of NXT was Sami Zayn against Justin Gabriel. Yeah, he's appeared. He come back to NXT. You know, I don't know. Last time I seen him, I don't know. Must have been Smackdown. Last time I seen him wrestle a match, because I don't watch Superstars or main event. So yeah, I mean this match overall I thought was really good. Main event, you know, Tyson Kidd, accompanied by Justin Gabriel. So that was really something was going to happen. You know, he was in his corner. You know, he was backing him up. But when he lost, Tyson Kidd was like grinning. I think he was like, "I told you so." He wasn't going to beat Adrian Neville. If I couldn't do it, you couldn't do it. So, you know, face it. You know, but you know that, you know, he won with the obviously. He won with the Kufa clutch. You know, the Kufa clutch. He tapped him out. It wasn't with DDT. You know, springboard DDT. He does. So it was kind of unusual how he won. That was the first time Sami Zayn. It was kind of I've seen that move before. I know what's his name, Jay Lethal. He does it in Ring of Honor. So, but he taps out. Great match. After the match, you know, Tyson Kidd was trying to help him up, I think, and then he starts attacking Sami Zayn. I think he was gonna leave Sami Zayn, and then he just attacks him from behind. And Justin Gabriel was just sitting there. He was thinking, what should I do? You know, should I help Sami Zayn, or should I just team with Tyson Kidd? And he ends up turning heel, and he just starts stomping on him. You know, that was kind of a surprise. I didn't think that was going to happen, because you saw backstage there was a bit of conflict between both of them. There wasn't teaming, but they must be planned it, and they planned it really well. And now they're teaming up again as a heel tag team. Now there's a feud with Sami Zayn, and then interesting to see what happens next week. But overall, great match and great after all. So, Billy, if you have your thoughts on it, go ahead.
Oh yeah, it's a really good match. Sami Zayn won with the submission.
Yeah.
That submission was a good match. And then Justin Gabriel turned heel, and then they were beating the shit out of Sami Zayn. And here comes Adrian Neville to try to save him.
Yeah, he came in the end.
They may do a tag team match for next week between them guys.
Yeah, probably be main event of the night. Yeah, main event next week.
Well,
but yeah, it's Paul. If you have your say about the main event, go ahead.
You know, I really enjoyed the heel turn at the end. I wasn't expecting it. Like I said in the interview before, you saw something coming, but you didn't think they were going to fire away in the same night with it. I liked the angle. They did it well. They portrayed it well. The match itself was good. Sami Zayn getting the win with the Koji clutch. Great finisher. I love the submission move. It's different. It's unique.
I haven't seen someone doing that in WWE for maybe a long time. So.
Yeah, I really like that. But I think Punk might have done that once, actually, to be completely honest. He might have done something. It might not have been it, but it looked very similar to me. I guess it just like, you know, popped back in my head for a second.
Maybe in the early days, ECW maybe.
Yeah, but no, yeah, it was a good match, good heel turn. I enjoyed the show overall, well put together product. Big fan of NXT. Can't wait to see their next pay per view. Can't wait to see what they're even gonna name it.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall it was a good show. I'd give it an 8.
Well, it's kind of a 1 hour show, so if you want to give it a 5 out of 1.
For that 1 hour, you're pretty entertained, and it goes by quick. So.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm going to give it also I'm going to give it 8.5. Actually, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed I enjoyed everything, the backstage and every match. So I can't really say anything really bad about it. Even the squad, maybe the CJ Parker match, maybe a little bit could have been better, but that's about it.
I think if they gave NXT 2 hours and they really put the time into it, invested, they can make it a fucking phenomenal brand. And probably main roster, so that's probably why they wouldn't do it. They're just gonna stick with it.
Because they could even put in guys that don't work NXT, that much. Don't get to work.
Yeah, sometimes they stick people who not doesn't get TV time from the main roster, and they stick them in NXT to do something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the show was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can rate it really.
I'll give it 8.5. It was pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. They do it every week. They always do. They never really do a bad show. I haven't.
No, they don't.
Maybe an okay show they might have done once, but usually they do a good show every week.
Yeah, it shows really good.
If you don't watch NXT, well, bad for you. I mean, you should go and check it out on the network, or you know, if it's in the UK, you should watch it on TV.
Don't waste your time watching the other product on Thursdays. Don't waste your time.
Yeah, it's definitely better than TNA.
Definitely.
They're being in the ratings, aren't they?
They are. It's just crazy.
Especially when they do the pay-per-views on
That's just
Thursday.
crazy how they beat up in the ratings when NXT is only on the network. That's funny.
Well,
It's weird
every
every
time they're on pay-per-view, they always lose ratings. TNA. So,
they lose ratings, people lose money.
so yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do. Yeah. Overall, NXT was great. Can't wait for next week. That's the NXT review. So now we move to the plugins, the end of the show. So I'll give it to Billy if you want to start off. Go ahead.
You guys can follow me on Twitter for Quality So, and I like to thank P.D. Williams for his time in wrestling. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually seen that yesterday. I didn't have the time. We discussed it with Paul or you. P.D. Williams actually retired. Sad. Because I think he's so underrated. I think TNA didn't treat him well.
Yeah, and his last match was against Chris Sabin.
Yeah. Is it XICW or something like that?
Yeah. I gotta find that match. I wanna watch it.
His finisher was the Canadian Destroyer.
Oh my God, I love that finisher.
Remember, he used to come out with that, like, I don't even remember what you call it. It looked like something the Romans would wear or something.
That big Papa Pump.
Remember he looked like Big Papa Pump one time, too? Oh, man. He was such a great wrestler.
I know Adam Cole does the Canadian Destroyer, but he does it better, so much better. He does it on the top rope.
Yeah, Adam Rose, wow. Adam Cole doesn't do the second rope.
What? Adam Cole and Adam Rose can't be in the same sentence. Right?
Well, of course they can.
No.
Better than Adam Rose? No, same sentence.
Adam Cole would just destroy Adam Rose.
That's what I'm saying. You can't have Adam Rose. He doesn't have the same talent as Adam Cole has.
Yeah, I said Adam Rose on accident. Give it Adam Cole as my second favorite pro wrestler right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is one of my favourites in ROH right now. But yeah, I mean, that's P. Williams. Good luck whatever you're gonna do now, and what he's gonna do. So thanks for his time with Team Canada and TNA was great and stuff like that. One of the best X Division champions I've probably seen TNA. So. See what's he going to do now in the future. I don't know. So thank you. So now, Paul, if you want to have your plug-in.
I don't like you, but if you like me, you can follow me on Twitter at @the_ArabianWolf or add me on Facebook at Paul Jazer. Make sure you guys join the group Podcast Wrestling Fallout and check us out on Twitter, PWF is War. Shoot it back to Adam to finish off the plugins. Take a load off the back for the night. Yeah,
that's it. You already said, our group, which is Broadcast Wrestling Fallout, and Twitter, PWF is War. Follow us there, and you can like us on Facebook at Broadcast Wrestling Fallout. We upload our episodes there, so if you missed any, go there. And that's it, really. You can.
Don't forget the upcoming interviews.
We've got an interview this Saturday.
Upcoming interviews, Raw and SmackDown reviews. We make tribute videos. We make covers. If you guys need anything edited or anything like that, just hit us up. We do it all. So.
Yeah, exactly. So this is going to be a new thing now. This Week in Wrestling is going to be on a Saturday and a Sunday. So keep out and spread the word. Tell friends, pro wrestling fans to see what they think. Leave feedback. We always enjoy. And just share. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button. So That's about it. So from the PWF team, I hope you have a good night. We are out from the Billy Club.